Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to a Golden Wake, where we're continuing to try to get more publicity for Mr. Merrick's company. And to do that, we're going to be heading further into this gentleman's club, now that we've...
May I take your hat, sir?
Gained entry.
Yes, of course. Much appreciated.
Thank you, look after that for me. Don't lose it. And we're in.
Well, look at this, boys. It seems we've got a new member.
The rest of the men glance in your general direction, but barely acknowledge you. They all seem to be rather uncomfortable in the presence of the man who just spoke.
Come on in, my boy. There's no need to be shy.
Okay, so they're
What's
unsure
your
of
name, and where are you coming from?
this
Alfie
guy.
Banks from New York. Just relocated to Miami this morning.
I must say, you work fast, Banks. Just arrived, and already a member of one of the best men's clubs in town.
Apparently.
You must really be the cat's pajamas.
Well,
But where are my manners? I'm Jeremiah Miller, County Commissioner, District 2.
Pleasure.
I welcome you not only to the club, but to our fair city as well.
Thank you, sir.
Feel free to make yourself at home and get to know the others.
Well, that is
If you
the
have
plan.
any questions about the city or anything else, I'll be happy to help.
Alright, well, he seems very friendly, but it did say the others weren't too keen on him, so... On the wall hang various decorative paintings depicting caricatures of well-to-do society types. Alright, so we've got a man, an old man, a young man, and an older man. I like that they all have different descriptions, and then Jeremiah Miller. This gentleman is sipping a cup of what appears to be tea as he reads The Mucker by Edgar Rice Burroughs. The old gentleman is having quite an involved conversation about Sacco and Vanzetti with the younger man sitting on the stool. The young man is having quite... Okay, so they're having the same conversation, and then the older man is leaning against the counter. He doesn't seem to move much, nor pay attention to his surroundings. Okay, well, can we talk to any of these guys before we speak to Miller?
Pardon me, sir, but
Before you can finish your greeting, you are taken aback by the incredibly strong scent of alcohol emanating from the man. Okay. He's clearly been sneaking his liquor from somewhere for some time, as he is rather ossified. You doubt he can even tell you're speaking to him. Alright, what about these guys? Feel it would be best not to interrupt. What about this guy over here?
good book?
The man just nods slightly and continues reading. Okay, well, it looks like we can only talk to this guy. Miller is a very well-dressed man, which would indicate his high social ranking. He surveys the room like a hawk, almost as though he'd been hired to be some sort of law enforcer. Let's talk to him.
Mr. Miller?
What can I help you with, Banks?
Alright, let's ask about himself.
So, you're a county commissioner.
Indeed, I am.
What does that entail exactly?
Well, I won't bore you with the particulars, but basically I'm one of several elected officials who run the county. It's not a bad jumping point if you, like me, are interested in furthering your political career. Your best bet is to find a platform and rally up supporters. After that, climbing the ladder is duck soup.
Oh, my game is real estate, not politics.
You mean there's a difference? We're both out to screw the next chump over. Why, our fields are practically brothers.
Isn't that a bit cynical, sir?
Oh, it's a necessary quality in this business, my friend. Now, don't dismiss my idea so easily, Banks. You've got the makings of a politician in you. I wouldn't be surprised to see you in office somewhere within the next few years.
It's not the plan. Prohibition.
I've heard you've got a particularly strong stance on the subject of prohibition.
You heard correctly, Banks. I have a strict no-tolerance policy. Oh, don't get me wrong. What a man does in his home is his business. But people going out on the town and getting smoked, it's unacceptable.
Just a minute. Are you saying you're fine with a man drinking in his own home?
Well, come now, old sport. Don't be naive. Every man enjoys a little nip now and then. Prohibition is designed for the masses, not the individuals.
Right.
Keep the drink at home, I say. If it's on the streets and in bars, that's where the problem lies, and that's where we have to enforce. Just look at this place. I've made sure we're as dry as a bone in here, and nobody is the worse for it.
This guy? You seem to hear a collective muttering coming from the direction of everyone else in the room. This guy is severely intoxicated and he doesn't seem to know. Miami.
Have you lived here long?
About 20 years, in fact. This city has grown considerably since then, and I'm proud to be involved in its government.
Other members?
Know anything about the other club members? They seem a bit cold.
Nah, don't let them get to you. They're just a bit shy around new members. Soon enough, they'll warm up to you and they'll be like your second family. In any case, the bookworm over there is Carlton Meeks. From what I understand, he's in the real estate game. The two gents over there are John Norris Sr. and Jr. Not a day goes by, they aren't in here having some sort of squabble. And finally, the esteemed gentleman leaning on the counter is Franklin Evans. Don't think I've seen his face in years. He tends to keep to himself, you see.
I see.
They're not the liveliest bunch, but they'll grow on you.
Well, maybe. Should we tell him about the drunk man?
Mr. Miller, this may be none of my business, but I was just trying to talk to the fellow over there by the counter, and, well, he's got a very strong scent of alcohol on him. I felt a bit woozy just standing next to him.
You don't say. I suppose that would explain quite a bit. This won't do. No, sir, not at all. Excuse me a moment, won't you, Banks?
Oh no, have we caused some sort of trouble here? Maybe there's something we can steal from here.
Evans, are you drunk?
Over there.
Evans, answer me. Good Lord, how much have you had? You're a hazard. What if I wanted to light a cigarette?
I don't think it's...
You're a disgrace to the good name of this club.
Oh! Oh my god! He knocked him out. What was this as well? A flask. Seems something's fallen out of Miller's pocket. Ah! So Miller's drinking outside as well, is he? Well then. It's quite interesting. Miller is out cold. Nobody else seems to be too bothered. He's gone back to his... sitting there. Miller is in no state to converse right now. You don't say! He just got knocked out. Okay. Well, we've got a flask, so maybe that's what we need.
Your hat, sir.
Thank you.
Maybe we need to take that back with us because we were looking for some sort of like evidence or something, weren't we? The small engraved silver flask seems to be quite full. Uncapping it, you catch the unmistakable aroma of alcohol. All right, yeah. So didn't we need to find some dirt on Miller? Wasn't that why we came here in the first place? So let's head back to, I think it's Flagler Street, isn't it? And then we'll go to the, was it Flagler Street? Trying to think where I might not have been actually. Stocks and bonds. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was one of the other locations. Oh no, Miami Herald. It would help if I actually looked at the map properly, eh? Alright, well.
May I have a moment?
What we needed?
You may.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
Oh, okay. Do we just...
Have a look at this.
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah Miller's engraved flask.
So my hunch was right after all. Nice work, Banks. It's a bit of a tenuous link, but it's probably the best we'll be able to do at this point. Well, a deal's a deal. You can go ahead and tell Merrick I'll write for him.
Nice.
I appreciate your help, Miss Douglas.
Alright, well that's one thing...
May I have a moment?
You may.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
That's one thing down off the list then. So 1 down, 2 to go. That was relatively straightforward. So we've got Anastasia Avenue, or we've got Riley's Real Estate. I mean, we're here, so let's just go round, I suppose. Is this the one where we have to steal, or is this the one where we have to do, like, was it a shakedown or something? I can't remember. The painting is called Midnight Beach and has been signed by an artist known as Bernardo C. The painting is called simply Lighthouse and has been signed by Byron B. It's a rather childish looking piece called A Ship in the Night. The artist hasn't signed it, which you can understand completely. Okay. Secretary. The secretary seems less interested in her job than she is in the state of her fingernails. Well, let's see if we can speak to her.
Pardon me, miss.
What can I help you with, sir?
Interview herself. Let's speak about herself.
You seem very relaxed.
Do I? Well, I'll have you know I'm anything but. Why, just this afternoon I have an appointment with my pedicurist.
Nice.
Then first thing tomorrow morning it's off to the day spa. And then I have to go to the hair salon.
I get the point, miss. I really sympathize with your plight.
Oh, well, ain't you a sweetheart?
Yeah, we are. Interview?
I have an interview scheduled with Mr. Riley today.
I see. And your name is?
Alfred Banks.
Just a minute.
Were you going to let him know I'm here?
Huh? Oh, right. Hey, Mr. Riley, you got someone here to see you.
Wow.
I think I could have done that myself.
Go ahead and go through the door there.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, I guess that was quite the encounter, eh?
What can I do for you, young man?
Well, first let me look around your office. Riley's got a fancy glass cabinet in which he seems to keep some old knickknacks and tchotchkes. I don't know how to pronounce that. The painting over the door looks remarkably similar to the one in Merrick's office. Maybe all the real estate moguls shop at the same art store. On the wall is a painting of a young woman in flapper attire. She seems to be the same woman in the other painting. On the wall is a painting of a young lady, but you don't want to examine it too closely while Riley is here. Okay. Orrin Riley looks to be in his late 60s. Despite his age, however, he gives the impression of a man who still has all his wits about him. Alright, do we... Okay.
Hello, Mr. Riley. My name is Alfie Banks, and I'm here for a job interview.
Ah, yes, of course. My secretary informed me you'd be coming in. I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a hurry today, however. I have a very important appointment I must depart for in about 15 minutes.
Then I suppose we should get this over with as soon as possible.
Yes, of course. Well, let's begin. Why don't we start off by you telling me a bit about yourself?
Okay. Be modest, be truthful, be boastful. Let's be truthful.
Well, you already know my name. I used to work at Morrison Banks up in New York, but recently moved here because of the land boom. I've got plenty of experience from working at my father's company.
You don't say. What made you get into real estate?
It's about our father, say it's for the money, you want to help people.
I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my father.
Honoring the family business. I greatly respect that.
Good.
In a way, I'm a bit envious. I don't have any sons, so my business will eventually go to someone else. But I still value family. It's really the most important part of my life. But listen to me babbling. Let's get back to the interview. Now, what do you think you can bring to this company?
Sales record is amazing, you're a people person, you can expand the company. We can help expand the company.
I have business know-how and can help expand your company. My father was a partner at the firm I used to work at, and I learned quite a bit from him.
Well, Banks, I must say, you seem to be a very promising candidate.
Nice.
I'll have my secretary contact you in a few days. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must run. I have to meet my daughter for dinner, and I don't want to be late. A word of advice, Banks. As great as this business will make you feel, you are nobody if you haven't got someone who loves you. My daughter, for instance, means the world to me. I always want her to be around, which is why I've got these paintings of her in my office.
Ah.
But I digress. Let me show you back out.
So those paintings are of his daughter. Interesting. Alright, so is this the one where we've got to steal things? I think it
Good
must
day to
be.
you, Banks. Caroline, hold my calls.
Alright, so we're going to have to... Well, he's gone, so I'm guessing we're going to have to look through his office. Riley's secretary might get suspicious if you just wander back in there. You should ask her about it first, alright? We can do that.
Pardon me, miss.
What can I help you with, sir?
Getting into the office?
I'm afraid I need to get back into Mr. Riley's office.
She's not going to fall for that.
Oh? Why is that?
I left something behind in there during my interview.
No, I see. Go ahead and get it. I
Wow.
never lock the door when Mr. Riley is out anyway.
Oh, well, thank you.
No
I
way.
appreciate the help.
Yeah, she's just not interested, so I suppose in we go. The question is, there isn't anything in the cabinet that interests you. Okay, anything in the desk? Paintings? Oh, the oldest trick in the book. Hide your safe behind a painting. Riley's safe is built into the wall. It seems to have a standard combination dial. You tug on the handle, it doesn't budge. Okay, so we're gonna, I guess, have to find the combination somewhere. Is there anything in there? No. Maybe something to do with that. Maybe something to do with it. Ah, hang on. The painting shows Riley's daughter in a low-cut beige dress. She's clearly trying to pull off the flapper look, but in your opinion, she needs a bit of work. You don't want to ruin the painting by touching it. Is there... Ah, hang on, signature. The painting is signed by an A. Sokolov. You've never heard of that artist before. Is that meant to be like a reference to... oh god, is it Dishonored? Anton Sokolov? Is that what that's meant to be? The date reads July the 31st, 1913. Ah, okay. 31st of July, 1913. 31st of July. So 31/7/13. But is it going to be American combination? Or is it going to be like... hang on. Let's look at it. So July the 31st. So is it going to be 310713? Or is it going to be... I don't know, let's try it. 310713? So like 310713? No. Okay. 0731. Aha! 0731. You hear a click, that must have been the right combination. So it's turn the handle and open the safe. You find Merrick's plans and quickly replace them with your fake ones. Okay. You put the painting back as it was. Yeah, we want to do that. We don't want to leave it open because then he'll just know as soon as he comes in, right? Alright. Thank you very much for your assistance. That was a big help. Alright guys, well, I'll tell you what. We've robbed the place, and in the next one, we will carry on. So, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to our patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumidim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties. And I'll see you next time.